guys, it's Sue here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a sweet spring look using all the new Missha products. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? First off, I'm going to start with my favorite lip balm to use currently, which is the Hera Lip Polish and Mask. This is so smooth and it leaves your lips extra plump. Next, of course, is mist. This is the Cosrx Low pH Barrier Mist. And to be honest, guys, the nozzle isn't too great on this one, but sometimes you just gotta make it work. So I'm going to spray this all over the face. I'm going to lather on some Hera Sunmate Excellence. I also have been really enjoying this sun cream. Perfect for combination oily skin and perfect for the hot weather that's coming up soon. Now on to the main dish. This is Missha's latest foundation called Daily Wear Foundation. I have it in the shade, what's the shade? Beige. The formula is pretty runny and I'm going to apply this with a very thin flat brush that they gave out with the foundation. Now I tried this foundation out with both a sponge and a brush, and for me the brush works better. Even though the formula looks or seems pretty runny, it gives me a pretty good coverage and it seems to glide on really smoothly on my skin. Although now that I'm looking at it, it does seem like I'm using a bit too much foundation on my skin. But the amazing thing is that even though I did put on a lot of amount, it didn't get messy throughout the day or anything. The longevity was pretty damn good. And in comparison to the Radiance foundation, which is also a recent renewed foundation of Missha, I actually like this one better because this one seems to be a slight more matte. And guys, look at the coverage. Yes, come through coverage. Come through Missha. And this foundation just seems to fixate on my skin better. It seems to give me better coverage and the longevity is pretty awesome. So as you can see, I am piling quite a bit of foundation, but when I'm always trying out the longevity, it never seemed to run messy on my skin. So bravo. And now I'm just going to take a beauty blender and just make sure the foundation just really sticks onto the skin and also get rid of any brush strokes that might be there. Mind you, this foundation did not seem to work well when I blend out just using the beauty blender. The sponge just seems to soak up too much of the foundation, so I just like to use the beauty blender to wrap up. Of course, getting in there with a flat brush just to cover up them red spots next to the nose. Then taking my #1 holy grail powder, the Etude House Fix and Fixer powder, I'm just going to lightly powder up my face, mainly the outer jawlines, just so that no hair sticks on. And I'm also going to concentrate this on the T-zone, the eyebrows, just where I do seem to get a little tad bit more oily than other spots. Before we try out the new color filter shadow palette, I'm of course going to prime my eyes because, you know, I get hella oily around my eyes. So to prevent any creasing, any smudging, I'm first going to put a small amount of primer first and then set it with powder just so that the eyeshadows don't muck up on top. Now for the color filter shadow palette. Ugh, guys, isn't that just beautiful? I got mine in #4 Tender Breeze filter because I do prefer pinks than oranges in the spring, and I like more of that romantic palette, just in case you guys haven't noticed. And first, I'm actually going to take the blush color called Chiffon Cake as base color and just put that all over. Now, as for the quality of this palette, I actually did review these color filter shadow palettes #1 and 2 before in the past, and I honestly thought that the pigmentation was too weak. It was too subtle back then, but there is just something about this specific color palette that seems to work with the formula, with the softer formula. And it might be because whenever I use pinks or bright colors, I actually do prefer a natural, a more soft pigmentation. So this palette actually seems to do the job for me. It looks beautiful on the eyes. I really do like that softer look. Next, I'm going to take the shade called Fairy Waltz here, which is a glitter shade, and pop that right at the center of my eyes. Now, the color pigmentation of this glitter shade isn't strong, but the glitter particles are absolutely amazing. It's really beautiful. For the lower thirds, I'm going to mix these two light shades just to even out everything. And on a regular basis, I actually don't like applying any eyeshadows under my eyes just because it seems to make my eyes look smaller and stuffy. But when it comes to these brighter shades, I actually do like to apply it just to even out everything in the colors. Then with the glitter shade called Sugar Lace, it's a beautiful color. I'm taking a brush and putting that on with the 애교살. But as you can see, I was not impressed. So I'm just gonna use my fingers to apply it. I think sometimes with the shimmering or glitter shades, your fingers are a better tool than brush. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But alas, I don't seem to be that impressed with this color. With the big fluffy brush, clean brush, I'm just going to blend out everything so there are no harsh edges. And moving on to eyeliner. I'm taking this Bia liquid eyeliner. I'm just gonna draw in my eyeline. Then I'm going to curl my lashes up to Jesus and just make sure to really get in there. Next, I'm going to apply some of this Etude House Doctor Mascara Fixers. Not only to prime my eyelashes, but it also really helps with the smudging and just making sure that all my eye makeup stays put. Then, with one of my favorite mascaras to use of all times, I'm taking the Kiko Luxurious Lashes and just generously coating my lashes with it. Moving on to the brows, I'm going to use this VOV or Bobu Jean Eyebrow Shadow Kit. I've been recently obsessed with drawing like a really neat, clean-cut looking brows. So I'm first going to outline my brow shape with the darkest color and fill it in with what's left over on the brush. To make sure my brow color matches my hair color, which is still a light beige blonde-ish color, I'm going to coat my eyebrows generously with this brow color from Kiss Me. Then we're going to add some dimension to the face. So I'm first going to take this shading color by Missha and first just snatch my nose and just make sure that I have a prominent nose. And then with a big fluffy brush, just go to town, just get at it, just carve out those jawline, baby. Missha also completely renewed its blush and contouring line, and I picked out two colors that were just my cup of tea, and I'm going to apply the color called My Candy Shop, which is a very bright, vibrant coral color. And although the renewed packaging is much more aesthetically pleasing to look at, I will admit it's very cute. In terms of quality, I still actually prefer the older version just because the new case does feel a little light and slightly cheap. For the highlight, I'm going to use this 정선물 Artist Glow Touch Warm, which is something I recently picked up. And this highlight gives such a beautiful but subtle glow. It does have a bit of fallout, but I just really love using it. I am such a big fan of 정선물, the brand, 정선물 herself, who is a makeup artist in Korea. So I absolutely have been obsessed with this one. Last but not least, Missha also came out with these new lip products called Velvet Lip Fluid, and I managed to pick up 3 shades out of the 5 they came out with. This first one is called In Air, which is a bright, cool-toned coral pink, and I must say this is more suitable for those with a fairer complexion. I have yellow-toned skin, so this isn't really flattering on my skin tone. The next color, which is called Illusion, is a color that I would wear, and it's a toned down reddish mauve color. Now these lip products, like their name, apply as velvet formulas, very smooth and soft, but they kind of dry out later like liquid lipsticks, but they don't dry out to the point where it's like the Sahara Desert. So they're still a bit moisturizing, and with that being said, they don't last throughout the whole day. If you eat something, you definitely have to retouch. For my makeup look today, I'm first going to use this Mamonde Creamy Tint Color Bomb Intense in number 23 Brick Rose as base color and apply Illusion at the inner parts for that slight gradation look. Although in retrospect, I wish I did use Hangout. It does seem a little bit more suitable for my look. That's it for this video. I reviewed the new Missha collection and showed you how to do a fresh spring look using them. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next. Bye!